everyone, it's Lucy and Tam here at Gamescom, and we have just seen Expedition 33. And Tam, what is this one?
This game is really interesting and took me by surprise. Obviously, we saw a glimpse at it at the Xbox showcase during Summer Game Fest, but we got a good half an hour look at the gameplay, hands off, but it was a very good illustration of what that game is. And what that game is both a classical and modern take on, I want to say JRPGs, but not, JRPGs have broken out of that kind of confinement into just becoming, you know, RPGs as a whole. But it's got a lot of interesting ideas and takes in it. It was very combat focused, turn-based combat, which is going to be music to the ears of people that love that classical style. But the modernization comes from how active you are in the moment-to-moment gameplay, as well as just doing like attack, come on, that kind of stuff. You're actually actively, you know, hitting buttons to make sure you're defending and attacking properly. People are going to liken it immediately to Super Mario RPG, which is exactly what I did.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, are you inspired by Super Mario RPG? And the developer was like, yes, but that wasn't initially what we were inspired by. We were actually inspired by, and I did not expect this, Sekiro. And I was like, oh, okay,
Wait, you didn't anticipate that from all the parrying that they were doing?
Well, like, parrying has been in many games. So, like, how it works is you have that 3 characters line up, bosses. When they attack, there's a very tight window for you to parry. You can also dodge. So you can also dodge. So, like, again, actively dodge it. If you actively dodge, you basically negate all the damage. However, I believe this is correct. When you parry, you regain an action point.
And if you hit every parry of a boss's or an enemy's attack, then you counterattack for massive damage.
Yeah, for massive damage. So as we said, there's an action point system, which I think they likened to Hearthstone.
They did, yeah.
So it costs you action points to do stuff, major stuff like magic, but at the start of each turn, you get 1 back, which is very clever. It's a cool resource management element and it adds strategy to it. And then it has the kind of like turn order thing from most modern RPGs, but I always liken it back to Final Fantasy X because that was the one that sticks with me. But it has some really interesting dynamics to it because one, the parry system works for like both single attacks and like AoE attacks. So classic in these games, a boss will try and hit your entire party. And at that point, your parry works for the entire party, or there's also a jump. So like Sekiro,
I was gonna say you can kind of see more of the Sekiro influence there, like so jumping certain attacks.
Certain attacks that you have to jump, and when that happens, all 3 of your characters will jump, and it's like different animations for them, so it doesn't look awkward where all 3 are doing the same animation. So you do that, and if you jump every part of a multi-stage attack, they will all team up to do a Persona style like counter attack, which is very, very cool. Beyond that, it's a lot of like, they were inspired a lot by like surrealism.
Yeah, so story-wise, Expedition 33, there is this entity known as the Paintress, who every year basically makes some kind of decree and like has a number, and everyone over that age disappears, but the number has been dropping and dropping and dropping, and so these various expeditions are going to basically try and find the Paintress, find out what's going on. And so one of the key parts of the game is that like you are Expedition 33, and as you're going through the game, you're finding the old expeditions and basically trying to figure out what happened to them and who this Paintress is and what is going on. In terms of the style, it's made in Unreal 5, looks beautiful, but like the stage that we saw, it looked like it was underwater. It looked like coral. It looked like a beautiful tropical underwater.
It looked like Little Mermaid. Let's just say it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
kind of underwater, Unreal Engine Little Mermaid.
Yeah, and like in terms of acting, we only saw really there's going to be 3 of the 6 of the party, the main characters, and then this weird figure called the Creator, who kind of didn't really have a
curator.
face.
He was a curator.
Sorry.
Curator, yeah.
He didn't really have a face. Couldn't really talk, but
a lot of expression in it. Yeah. He does this really guttural, otherworldly grunt, and one of the characters you find has been with this character for a while and is able to like talk to it. It does this thing that I really love. It's very Guillermo del Toro, where you see a character, it's very tall, it looks ugly, it looks like scary, it looks like it should be something antagonistic, but it's actually a friendly NPC style thing. So it's like looking after you, and it grunts, it wants you to like practice your combat abilities, so when you go out there, you know you're capable. And it comes with, apparently it follows you along the way, so as you make your way through the game and you find your expedition flags, which are like save points, it will pop up there every now and then. which is a very cool idea. And there is one central mansion area, the manor, which you're supposedly going to be coming back to a few times. Yeah. But they described it as not being a complete open world. They said it was like a little more focused.
But with like hidden areas and things to find optional bosses and stuff.
Exactly.
I mean, overall, in terms of presentation, incredibly impressive. Like
Especially
I said,
from a first game for this new studio.
First game from this studio, I believe a lot of them used to work at Ubisoft, but they made an Unreal 5, a very small team too.
Yeah.
I think like
30 something like
maybe?
that, yeah.
They also said, as we were watching, like presentation-wise, really great performance capture, acting. The music also stand out, wanted to call that out, and they said that the composer was actually the third employee of the company and so has been very central and core to the building of the game. And honestly, like from what we saw, you can really tell.
They were very confident in the composer. They were like, nobody knows him yet, but after this game, people will know him. And even when they were like playing, the music was really standing out to me.
So no, I'm very intrigued by this one. I loved it when we saw it at the Xbox showcase back in June. After seeing it in action, I just want to play it. Looks really fun. And it'll be coming out, I believe, next year.
Yep.